Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live edition of the Streakers On podcast, joined by myself, the self-proclaimed sports analyst, Jacob Moore, and Lane Dashko. My voice is a little hoarse right now. I guess I'm half horse, half man, like the banger from On Company Time. But that was a tough loss for Toronto. I got to give Winnipeg credit. They found a way. But that's when Toronto's going to look back on, Lane, and I think they're going to feel like they could have won it.
Yeah, there's definitely some mistakes made, especially, you had that first touchdown there, that interception there, and then you ran it back there, and the momentum, there was just a lot of mistakes there. You got off to a good start, and then they ran it right back right away, made it 7-7, and then you just never really found your footing. And Chris Scheffler, let's be honest, even when they were leading, wasn't really having a fantastic game. I saw his yardage. I was like, wow, he's not even playing fantastically, but just feels like the Argos couldn't really take advantage of it.
No, I agree with you. They couldn't. And this kind of comes down to the special teams for Toronto. And I do want to address Nick Arbuckle. I thought we saw what we see from Nick Arbuckle. At that third quarter, he looked like a man on a mission, and he played phenomenal. The interception he threw in the fourth quarter kind of cost you the game, but your defense makes a stop to get you the ball back again. And the offensive line for Toronto, I thought was dreadful. Like when missing, no disrespect to Boyce, the rookie who is trying to replace Ryan Hunter, he needs a lot more practice because he was getting beat all night. He looked confused. He looked lost. And Arbuckle was having to scramble a lot more. Like Willie Jefferson, I believe, knocked down 5 tonight. Like the O-line's just got to. I know it's hard to contain Willie Jefferson. I get it. But you just got to contain him. But I think this game, unfortunately, came down to the 2 punt returns in the first half that you were talking about, Lane. And those just can't happen. Like, again, give Winnipeg credit. They found a way to win with Chris Trevor not playing very well. With Brady Oliveira, I'm going to call this game, honestly, I'm going to call it as I see it. I don't think Oliveira had a good game. 17 carries, 50 yards. Only his longest rush was 8. That's not a good game from Brady Oliveira.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, Winnipeg found a way to win by creating the fumble and 2 punt return touchdowns. You look at that, that's 21 points.
And another thing you got to look at here, like, especially we've called this up before with other teams, how do you only get 8 rushing yards to the point where the 4th string running back has got more rushing yards than your entire team?
Boy, and actually, that's another thing. The Argos ran the ball really. I mean, they basically gave up on running the ball in this game. I mean, they were down 18, but I did wonder maybe in that fourth quarter when they got the fumble on the kick return, if maybe you run the ball, kick your 3 points, put it to a 3-point game. I don't know, right? It maybe then things would have played out a little bit different there. I'm going to call it too. I didn't think I don't know, Lane, if you saw the Coxie play at the end. I didn't really think that was PI. I thought that was 2 players just fighting for the ball. If you're not going to call the PI on Ungerer earlier in the game, actually only like a couple plays ago, just before the field goal was kicked to make it a 2-score lead for Winnipeg. If you're not going to call that PI, I don't think you should have called this one. Mind you, I think Toronto loses that game either way. But what I mean is they basically said on the other one, well, it's 2 players fighting for the ball. To me, that's all Coxie and Bonds were doing on that play too. And I'm just going to call it out too. If that's Kenny Lawler, I don't think they're calling it a penalty. Like there is special treatment in this league. I am sorry, and we see it too often. And I don't want to just sound like a salty Argo fan, because at the end of the day, Toronto lost because Toronto made too many mistakes. Well, that's what lost Toronto this game. But I just would like to see consistency in what is pass interference versus what isn't.
Well, this is what I said back a few podcasts ago, right? Like, I feel like these leagues, like every sport has this issue where it comes down to this word that I hate using, but it seems to be the word that we keep scrambling back to is intent, right? Mm-hmm. And what is intent and what isn't intent, and what is 2 players just battling in a position, and what's pass interference. You don't really know. It's a coin. Like 90% of these rules are written in such a way that, I guess, as Chazzy put it, maybe it's done on purpose so that they can avoid controversy. But I don't know. I just kind of think you create more controversy because Because, it's like, okay, for example, like, here's how I look at it. If you're someone who's never watched football before, right? You're new to the game. You're like, hi, there's a football game on. What is football? I've never watched this before. And you're sitting with your buddy and you're like, well, explain the rules to me. And you're like, well, okay, well, holding is when a guy holds somebody for too long and interferes with a player. And he calls in and he goes, oh, okay, calls in, and then 7 seconds later, didn't he just do it there? Yeah, but that one doesn't count.
Yeah.
But why? I don't know. What's pass interference? Well, pass interference is when either the receiver or the defensive back, the guy running to the ball, either interferes with the other player. Well, they called that one the same play. Why did they call that one? Well, I don't know.
No, I do agree.
It looks bad.
And it isn't
hockey too.
It is. It's a big. I think we need more consistency in the officiating. Now, when I do want to again make this very clear. Let me be clear, as Barack Obama loved to say. I don't feel the Argos lost because of the officiating.
Oh no!
In my opinion, actually, the officiating it wasn't great on either side. But at the end of the day, Toronto lost because unfortunately they shot themselves in the foot too many times. You have 2 punt returns for a touchdown.
That's bad.
You don't create enough points off of turnovers. And I am going to have a hard time in some ways blaming this offense because at the end of the day, this offense did manage to put up 31 points. Right? And I would legitimately say storm back in this one. And, and especially in that third quarter when they outscored Winnipeg 11-3, they really... And you know what, though, for blown opportunities, you're going to look at again where Coxie gets the pass interference, which he would have caught if it wasn't for the interference. So it's a good play by Winnipeg to take the penalty there. Toronto can't get it on 1st and 1, can't get it on 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, they kick the field goal. I mean, I get taking the points, but maybe you go for it to get on 3rd. But at the same time, Toronto's short yardage game is bad. It has been bad for the last 2 years. They need a short yardage quarterback. They don't have one.
Well, and another question I have, and I think I've asked you this every week, is are you a little concerned with maybe letting a game like this kind of slip away from you?
Well, yes and no. As I feel this was a winnable game. This is a chance to get up to 3-5. This is a chance to really get back
your season around, right?
It's also a chance to say hello to Mr. Chazzy as he's joining us on the podcast tonight. Chazzy, we're just going to talk to you about where we feel right now for Toronto letting this one slip away. But
slip away? It looked like you were down all game.
We were down 18. We at one point got it down to a 6-point game. Toronto did, honestly, though, the 2 punt return touchdowns from Winnipeg was the difference maker in this one, and the pick from Nick Arbuckle late in the 4th quarter. But at the end of the day, like I said, Tavares McFadden makes a hell of a play to make something happen. And Chazzy, you have a fan in the chat.
Yeah.
Smith Chazzy from good old Keith Smith. But we're looking at this one here, and Lane, to answer your question, I'm frustrated with this game. However, do I feel I'm writing the Argonauts season off? Absolutely not, because I do feel you guys may think I'm crazy. I'm not writing Ottawa's season off yet after getting another win over the Stampeders. I don't think I can write teams off that I can still see a path. And you look at Toronto's next 3 games, you have Ottawa, Edmonton, BC. It is possible you win all 3 of those. If you win those 3, you beat Ottawa, so you win the season series against Ottawa. You beat Edmonton, and you beat BC, who you're fighting with for that wild card, for that crossover position. All of a sudden, you're not in a bad place. The good thing for Toronto is you look at their schedule. It's Ottawa, Edmonton, BC, then Hamilton. Okay, so Hamilton's, I hate saying it, but Toronto does not beat Hamilton very often anymore. Then Edmonton again, Montreal. Okay, that's a tough one. Then your last 3 games are Hamilton, Saskatchewan, Calgary. But this mid part of your schedule here, I'm looking at the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of your next 5 games, if you feel 4 of those, you're either better or just as good than the team you're playing against. So, because you look at the last, I would say the last 4 out of 5 games for Toronto, they have played well. It is very irritating. Out of that, they only have 1 win, and it is very, very frustrating because 2 wins, sorry, because you beat Ottawa, then you lost to Hamilton, then you lost to Montreal, then you beat Winnipeg, then you lost to Winnipeg. And so it's been a frustrating little bit of football. But you have a schedule coming up if you can manage to string together some wins, which I think you can. I'm not writing this season off yet for the Toronto Argonauts. I'm not. I would have said the same thing if Winnipeg lost tonight, and you would have probably asked me, "Is Winnipeg out of it yet?" I would have said no, because the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have championship caliber, and so do the Toronto Argonauts. It's just
sounding like you're liking the effort from your Argos tonight, even though you lost.
I did like the effort. I love that when they were down 18, they didn't quit. I love with 30 seconds left, down by 9, they bomb a deep one to Coxie. Unfortunately, it got called back for pass interference. That I said it, Chazzy, before you came on. I didn't agree with the call. And then they're running out their field goal unit to try to kick a field goal, to then get ready for the onside kick, to try to get an onside kick, to then get a touchdown. This team doesn't quit. This team has proven they can climb back into games. You were down 18 in that third quarter. You absolutely dominated Winnipeg, outscoring them 11-3. You pretty much controlled the entire ball. You managed to create a lot of turnovers. Unfortunately, you also had a lot of turnovers. You had 2 turnovers with an interception and a fumble, and then technically a turnover on downs, but whatever. At that point, you had to get it. Actually, no, they didn't turn the ball over on downs at the end there. But then you have those, and you have the 2 punt return for touchdowns, which unfortunately basically sealed it. But there were a lot of good things here. 5 sacks for Toronto versus Winnipeg 2. Wow. Neither team was good in the red zone, so Toronto's got to get better there. Second down, they did convert at least 33% of their second downs. Not as good as last week, but still not terrible. Net offense, I mean, Nick Arbuckle did throw for 327 yards and 2 TDs, but man, this Argo running game sucks.
Are you concerned about the Argos giving up 40 points to Stevler?
The thing is, though, they didn't really give up 40 points to Stevler, right? The sad thing is, Chazzy, the offense was going to hurt. The offense had 1 touchdown. Winnipeg's offense. The rest of it were field goals, kick returns, and fumbles.
Yeah.
Back to the chat we go, and it looks like he's calling Chazzy out. Saying can't wait for Labor Day, and then the week after to take enemy territory. I love that you can talk about EE without bursting into flames. Hey, you know what? I'm going to call it like I see it. Edmonton isn't real. Edmonton, it's a tough road, but they're not out of it yet.
Yeah.
Because as much as Winnipeg won this game, there's a lot of things they will not be happy about tonight, right? So I'm cautiously optimistic still with my Argonauts, just because of the sheer fact that they have a light schedule for their 4 to their next 5. I'm not saying that like they're win automatic, but you still have a chance, and you play BC twice. BC's only 2 points ahead of you, and if you can win those games, all of a sudden you're able to push BC out and make it in. So there's still a chance. It's getting bleak. It's bleaker, but it's not as bleak as what it was, I would say, after they lost to Montreal. I'll put it that way. So I felt Montreal, you were in complete control and you blew it. I felt this game, you fought back really hard and you just ran out of gas. If that makes sense.
Too little, too late kind of thing.
Too little, too late, and just not the offense just couldn't come up with one more drive. It needed one more drive, and it just couldn't do it. But yeah, I know Arbuckle had 2 turnovers, and those turned into 10 points, and you lost by 9. So a lot of people are going to blame Nick Arbuckle for this game. I am not one of those people.
327 in the air.
Yeah, Arbuckle actually had a pretty good game. Now the
Well,
stat that
22-39. Yeah.
I will give you the stat that will really make you
You see the rushing game yet, Chazzy? Holy moly!
Don't look at the rushing yards if you want to be happy, but if you want to be
Wow.
excited, how about Demonte
Wow,
Coxey,
eight
187
attempts,
yards? Demonte Coxey, 187 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Holy.
Demonte Coxey had a game, and I'll be honest, I think he's in that conversation with Kenny Lawler as a receiver that almost can't be stopped. Like he's just making plays. He's making play after play after play.
Yeah, 145 now 187. Wow.
Like
At
he
least
had his
5
career
catches in his last 4.
He's been outstanding. I mean, because you look at the rest of receiving core, no disrespect, but like Coxey 187, Daniels 52, Myalgia 40, Brissett 38, Matau 5. Actually, I thought Kevin Matau had his worst game of the season, and Unger the third 5. I thought Matau had his worst game of the year. Let's hope that he can bounce back next week against Ottawa. But Chaz, Lane, how are you feeling about your Ticats tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
I'm nervous because I had said on the podcast here, good things don't always keep going, and we're seeing that with the Blue Jays right now. They're in a bit of a. You wish you could just get past it, but eventually, like you can't just keep winning. Like it just doesn't happen, right? As much as you'd love it, and you love when they're winning, and you love when your team's on a roll, and it feels like no matter what they do, they just keep winning. Like DJ Khaled, like all I do is win no matter what. But I feel like it's not going to last forever, and I feel like this is kind of that game. This is like the kind of game that I was talking about on a few days ago with the Orioles, where I'm like with the Jays, where I'm just like, yeah, I could see this game kind of getting away from the Tika. I don't want that, but I'm still going to be cheering for them and expecting them to win because they really should win. This is a game they should be able to win, but 5 in a row, you're going on 6 in a row. You're getting to that point where it's going to get broken at some point.
Well, yeah, and actually, I thought Edmonton played very well against Saskatchewan last week. Cody Fajardo had a really good game. He's getting his second consecutive start. No disrespect to Hamilton's defense, but it is not going to be able to create. I don't think Hamilton will get 8 sacks the way Saskatchewan did. And I could see Hamilton losing this game just because it's the same thing as we've been saying about the Jays, which, oh my God, the Jays look bad today. But more forward, know more about that than me, as he was unfortunately there, the poor bloke. But
he invited me in. But I didn't go at this point.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, because we saw a hell of a football game today. But for Edmonton, I feel this is a game you're in must-win territory for Edmonton with only 1 win, with now Winnipeg getting up to 4. And it's must-win territory for the Edmonton Elks. And speaking of more for your money, I am shocked.
No, he made it back?
He's here.
Wow.
Now, did he turn his mic on?
He did.
On? Wow. Let's give Dan a round of applause.
I
guess he had to go cry at Union Station before he came back.
No, I didn't have time to cry, bro. I ran like hell to get on the train, the very last car, so I could make it, and I drove up there as quick as I could, legally, by the way.
You didn't stay for the fireworks?
No, what fireworks?
They do fireworks now on Friday nights.
I did not.
Was the roof open?
No,
roof was open.
Nice.
See how loyal I am to the island? I skipped the fireworks to come back here.
I would have skipped the set. I would have slept at the 6th inning the way that game was going.
Oh my gosh, it was painful, bro. Like, Drake, I love you, but were you betting on the games tonight, bud? Because both Toronto teams lost.
Speaking of betting, Chazzy, your favorite player is going to be playing on Saturday. Sean Lemon returns to the lineup.
Oh, he is going to play.
He's returning to the lineup for the.
Now, would he start or would he come off?
He's starting.
He's starting.
So I will be curious to see how much of an impact he makes. They're playing the Rough Riders. It's going to be a tough game, right? I think Montreal is looking to keep pace of Hamilton. If you're Saskatchewan, you're looking to pull away from Calgary. Calgary's down to 5-3. You're at 6-1.
Game yesterday hurt. I missed the post game yesterday, but oh man,
were you? I think Chazzy, like I said, Dan needed to dry up his tears at Union. I guess he did it at the very back of the train. He snuck into the washroom. Like,
Oh my god, I saw like 4 points at halftime, and like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, PJ Walker. It was a hit and miss game for me for PJ Walker on Thursday night. He made some great plays. He made some terrible plays.
3 picks.
3 picks, but just under 300 yards. He did move the ball downfield.
Well, he was bad. Just a minute.
I think no. I think with Walker,
come on.
Dan,
Jazzy agrees with me.
Dan, you were going on at one point that the Argos were going to be over 500 with Arbuckle to start the year, and they're 2-6. So, but with BJ Walker, I think with BJ Walker, he struggled at times with remembering there was 12 guys on the field instead of 11. And I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm dead serious. I think, which that's a huge adjustment for court. Some court, like you look at Johnny Manziel, he admitted straight up he could not adjust to 12 versus 12. And that's why he threw so many interceptions in Montreal. Because he couldn't adjust. So for PJ Walker, I think I saw some good. I saw a lot of bad too. But at the end of the day, Calgary couldn't run the ball. Their defense couldn't make a stop. It was you look at Moncrief had a chance to get a pick 6 and he dropped it. Like there were some mistakes on that end too. It's, I say for Toronto tonight, yeah, Nick Arbuckle had 2 turnovers, a fumble, that in the pocket. He had a grand total of 2.3 seconds to try to make a play. The O-line, no, Dan, legitimately, I'm not trying to make a meme or a joke. Legitimately, he had 2.3 seconds.
No, that's how his song goes, 2.3 seconds or whatever.
But at the end of the day, you look at the punt returns were the biggest issue tonight. 2 punt returns for touchdowns for Winnipeg.
Wow.
Little side note, I was sitting beside a group of fans at the Blue Jay game that were from Winnipeg. So they were watching the Blue Bomber games on their phone at the Jays game because it was more interesting than watching the live action, unfortunately. And they were quite happy that they were beating the Argos.
Well, I will say, though, for Winnipeg, yes, you're going to be happy to snap that losing streak. However, you play Calgary next week, and I'm going to say this right now. If Winnipeg played the way they did today against Toronto versus Calgary or Vernon Adams Jr. playing, you're losing.
VA's playing next week?
Yes, he is. It's already like Dave Dickinson was the way Dickinson was talking, I think VA could have played this week. They just decided to play it safe.
That was dumb.
No, it wasn't, Dan. You don't want to risk a long-term injury with your superstar.
I know.
But for Toronto Argonauts, they need to try to flush this game and get ready to play Ottawa on August 9th. It's a game. If you can win that game, you win the season series against the Red Blacks. And potentially, if Hamilton beats BC that same week, there's a very good chance you tie BC for the points, and then you have 2 games against BC before the season is done. So that's what I mean for Toronto. It's been a rocky year up and down, but it is still doable.
Something good did happen to me today, even though both Toronto teams lost.
You found $1.
No, I got a streaker point because Jacob challenged me to a rivalry and made me pick Winnipeg. So I got 1 point. Yay me.
Yeah. I will say, though, there's one player in Winnipeg that I almost feel, besides of Trey Valvo, who got the 2 kick returns. And the player who stepped up the second most for Winnipeg was Willie Jefferson.
Oh, yeah. He's a
6 knockdowns.
6?
Yeah, 6. You heard that right, Dan. 6. It was his best game of the season by far. I do wonder if this is the game that kind of gets Willie Jefferson going. He's been quiet all year. Well, he hasn't been quiet all year. The guy doesn't shut up. But he's been quiet on the field.
Winnipeg was tough last year, too. They had a very walky start. I don't remember what game it was. But there was a game about halfway through the year and Winnipeg won, and then they never looked back. And maybe that's this game for Winnipeg this year.
I don't know about that because I still think Winnipeg has a lot to clean up. You let DeMonte Coxey put up 187 yards, 2 TDs, and should have been over 200 tonight.
That's a lot.
Let Nick Arbuckle at times look like Chad Kelly out there.
Wow.
And then also, sorry, Dan, he also looked like at times Chad Kelly against Montreal in the Eastern Final.
Oh.
So he's doing a good Chad Kelly impression either way.
Oh, no.
But,
no.
At the end of the day, Toronto, I also thought it sounds weird. I didn't realize how much this team would miss Sluka until he wasn't in the lineup. Mark Melton struggled at times in this one.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
And I
love
honestly
this
wonder,
Sluka
too,
guy.
maybe those punt returns for touchdowns aren't touchdowns if Sluka's out there just because he's so fast.
Sluka like Luda.
Sluka was only a 1-game injured list, so he should be back for next week. But
I know he's like a Wookiee, but he's a big piece to his team.
But looking forward to Saturday, it's a doubleheader, meaning we will have a pregame show and then, see what else goes on. Lane might be coming out with some more exciting news tomorrow. So make sure you're locked on to social media. Make sure you follow Sports Talk with Lane.
Definitely, yep.
It's a great page. Number one, you just get to look at him. So that's a great thing you get to do. He's
and big weekend. SummerSlam.
That's right.
Big weekend. So we got the CFL on the podcast. I'll be at the Jays game again. So some updates on social media there. And Lane with his news too.
Dan's going to move into the Sky Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should. So just give me a hotel room there. Like, that'd be awesome if you could, season ticket holders could get, we should have a condo while at the Scudo Hotel. They should do a condo, bro. Well, I guess we could do the condo and Airbnb or something, but they could do so much more of that cool building.
Apparently, I've seen footage of it from there. Apparently, the game's just, literally unwatchable.
From the hotel?
Yeah, apparently it's not that good.
No, yeah,
Yeah, I've been at that hotel. I've stayed at a hotel. I think, Chazzy, you have too back in the auto show days. But I've never...
Did you two spoon? That's the real question.
No, we were roommates, but we were romance, bro. Good. Not in a...
So they did spoon.
No. But I didn't stay there during a baseball game.
But what I'm curious about, Dan, I want to see if you're still Captain Optimism.
About what?
The Blue Jays, let's just be real here, I've been playing terrible.
I'm not worried about it. No, I'm not worried about it. After trade deadline, there are some shakeups in the locker room. Some things are going to be a little, people getting used to people, new guys getting used to guys. Every good team that wins needs to face diversity, and that's this year. They
already faced that when they came out to start the year playing terrible.
Now get more diversity.
I'd be petrified of those Red Sox right now.
I'm sorry, but
good.
Look, if the Jays miss the playoffs, which I'm calling it is a possibility. I'm not saying they're going to, but there is a chance. For the love of God, will you just admit there has to be some bloody change in this group?
Oh, 100% if they miss the playoffs.
Going into the All-Star break, and even you were leading the division by 7.5. You are now leading the division by 3.5. And the Red Sox are only 4 games behind.
I'm not saying it's a good situation.
Well, he agrees with you, Dan. I don't believe in this Jays team until they do it in August. Remember I said that. And so far, the end of July, beginning of August, you lost to the Orioles. Even the game you won, you didn't play very well. You got the doors. Dan, let's be honest. Did the Jays play well tonight? Give me an honest answer.
No, but
end it there. No. They played terrible.
Let me finish because I was at the game, okay? They started off with a bang. Gosman striked out 2 of the first batters in the bottom of the first. Gladdy walks up and hits a home run, very first inning. And the one batter that Gosman didn't strike out the first inning, Joey made an amazing catch in the corner. So it started off really good. And then it just went completely downhill.
I don't care that Gosman had 5 strikeouts if he allows 5 earned runs.
Well, that's what I was saying. It was an odd night for Gosman because I was chatting and Lane on the train, actually. And we were talking. Sorry, Lane, it's hard to hear you, but I believe you said Gosman was starting. I believe you said
yeah, I did.
Yeah. And Gosman. Okay, we got a good chance to win. And Gosman either strike the guy out Oh, gave up a home run. There was no middle ground
Well,
Hasn't that kind of
whatsoever.
been Gosman though?
Tommy?
That's kind of been what Gosman's been like as a J. He seems
Because-
to either strike people out or lets big plays happen.
Well, the
He's
problem-
not much of a ground out pitcher.
yeah, he's one of those guys where he throws basically two pitches. He throws a fastball or a splitter, and if the team starts picking up on the splitter, it's a bad night. If they don't pick up on it, well, then it's a bad night for the other team.
So I'm
But
just
his
gonna
K's
throw
are
this out
down
here.
since
Why
his K's
did
are down since being on the Jays though.
No,
In
What do
San
you mean?
Francisco, I thought he used to strike out a lot.
Jazzy, he got two. He said this was like until tonight. Like he had 3 games in a row. He got like 10 or more strikeouts. What do you mean? He had, up until
Yeah, he's
tonight,
had a good season.
Mm.
I'm kind of on
Is-
Chazzy with this one. Gosman's been hot and cold in Toronto.
Well, yeah, but isn't it?
Overall, like he'll
He's
get
kind of like a
hot.
broken microwave. Sometimes it reheats that coffee to perfection. Other times you can taste the radiation.
No, but the other
Dan
thing.
loves radiation, by the way. So
The
like
Jays need some
always,
radiation.
he is not like Gordon Ramsay who gets mad when people microwaves his food instead of using the oven. Dan's like, oh, just microwave that
I can make
Well,
anything in it with microwave.
pepperoni.
But
pizza.
Anything?
anything, literally.
Make me a car.
No, I mean edible stuff.
No, you said anything. Okay, fine. Make me a souffle.
Sorry, yeah, microwaves or it's a
Do you know what a
microwave oven
souffle
stuff.
is?
No,
Okay,
it's like
so he was-
croissant, right?
227 and 21 with San Francisco, 205, 237 and 22 and 23 with the Jays. Last year, 162,
He
and right
struggled
now he's
last
sitting
year.
at 122.
Oh, it
Overall.
is way down. Oh,
Yep.
Jazzy with the facts. Look at Jazzy go.
Like I said, Gosman's been an up and down pitcher. He either strikes out 10 or allows 5 runs.
I will say the disappointed with Gosman that he gave up so many pitches and so little work. I mean, he did 5 innings? He gave up 90 pitches.
He got 6 innings.
Sorry, 6. That's a little
6 innings
disappointing.
in today's baseball, for some reason, is pretty common.
Now,
Oh,
the
wow.
other good thing was one of the pitchers we grabbed on trade deadline did play today in the 7th inning.
Yeah, Varlanes seemed to play okay. 1 inning, 1 strikeout, no hits.
Yeah,
no
I mean,
runs.
I was shocked he even played today. So the fact that he got in there and played an inning, I think was great.
This
The other
game
thing I was
doesn't
great,
strike me
Flatty,
that
if you
way.
watch the highlights of this game, Flatty did one of
highlight?
the craziest defensive plays I've seen in my life. He grabbed the ball when he wasn't near base, and then he slid into first base to get the guy out. So that was a very cool defensive play. And then in the
Is
ninth
it worth
inning,
$500 million?
I mean, the whole year maybe, but not one play, no. But I will say, give this team credit. They did not give up. In the 9th inning, Badger did walk up and get a home run with a guy on base and to make the score a little more interesting. So
I'm going to say the coach gave up when he put out Mason Fluff, how you pronounce his name? Giving up
yeah, not Nancy, the other one.
giving up 4 hits, 4 runs.
He was very bad.
Yeah. And I don't know much about him, so I don't really.
I guess he was a AAA, AA pitcher. With all the trades and
He's been
everything.
all right.
Has he this year? And he's 4-2 with a 5.63 ERA.
Yeah,
That's all right. My gosh, Lane. Lane, if I ever need a test graded, I'm gonna get you to grade it because you give easy marks. Unless it's Mitch Marner, then it's F.
Oh, yeah,
F you.
he fails everything.
But at the end of
He
the day,
really
here,
does.
I would like to.
You see upon his Vegas jersey? I'm Justin Bieber's best friend.
Actually, apparently, those two are not on speaking terms at the moment.
Well, I guess not. Bieber's a huge Maple Leaf fan, right?
But looking at the CFL standings yet again here, we have the Rough Riders have a chance to take a 4-point lead on Stampeders after the end of Saturday. Calgary cannot drop, obviously, anymore, but now Winnipeg is only 2 points behind them, but Winnipeg did lose both games to the Stamps. BC Lions currently sitting in 4th. However, they would take the crossover. Edmonton has a chance to get kind of back in this race. It's going to be tough for them, but I'm not counting the Elks out just yet. Over in the East, Hamilton and Montreal both could jump up to 12 points. One of these teams could lose. If I was a betting man, Well, I'm going to put my streaker points in the mix here. I think Hamilton's 5-game winning streak is going to end this week with Montreal getting a win over Saskatchewan and Montreal jumping up back to being the top dogs in the East. Argos fought hard, couldn't quite climb back, still sit third in the East. However, they would not get that final playoff spot because of the lovely crossover in the Canadian Football League.
Which is the Senators versus the Canadiens.
Why is someone playing a short for me from many years ago?
Yeah, because I just jumped on the Streakers app and I sent you a challenge.
Which challenge, Mr. Chazzy? Where do you think I'm wrong?
I'm not worried about the Tiger Cats this week. I'm worried about them when they play the BC Lions in that rivalry match.
Oh no!
Oh, Lane's getting aggressive. He's like, I'm not giving up
my Ticats. Boom! He wants to tackle Chazzy through the screen.
Literally. That was perfect timing. It's boom.
But so, do you guys think? So Lane and I both think that. I don't know what Lane thinks yet, but Lane's saying he's concerned about his Ticats. I don't know if he thinks they're going to lose.
Well, I just like when Chazzy wants to argue with someone else, because then I can grab my popcorn.
Oh, in a Ziploc bag, too. He came prepared, bro.
Honestly, I think Hamilton's going to lose tomorrow. Is it Saturday yet in Ontario?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I know.
They're going to lose today.
I do know that good things grow in Ontario, according to that commercial.
Good things
Uncle
grow in Ontario. So Chazzy, you think Hamilton's going to beat Edmonton?
Yes. Close. It won't be easy, but I think they will squeak out a win here.
I look at it.
Being
They
on the
almost
opposite
beat
end of this.
Saskatchewan. I think they can beat Edmonton.
So you're
I think
picking Edmonton tomorrow against Hamilton?
Yes.
Wow.
No, I think they're going to come out flat after almost beating Saskatchewan. I think
Cody Fajardo is 5-1 in his career against the Ticats.
Ooh.
He doesn't like sushi. He likes his food cooked.
Does he like popcorn?
You're going against Bo.
Yeah, I know, but we're going against Bo Levi Mitchell. He has done this at times in his career. He can get overconfident, and I'm just waiting for that game where he thinks he can do anything, and this might be the game where he thinks he can.
He's
do
not that
anything.
commercial with that kid or something.
What's your thing?
No, you know. Oh, I gotta play for you after. It's like the one the kid. I'll play for you after. You know what I'm talking about, do you?
I don't, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm gonna play for you after this.
As long as it's
laugh.
not the Pink Pony Club.
It's
Is
not.
that a commercial for wall amps?
No, I'll play it. It's a meme video from like.
Oh, I don't know memes.
Oh, it's so funny.
What's so funny?
You.
You.
But yeah, Chazzy, I will definitely, when my phone is not dead, accept, because my phone just died, but I will definitely accept that rivalry from you. But then do you think I'm out to lunch saying Montreal's going to beat Saskatchewan? Are you sending me two rivalries?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Rough Riders.
See, okay. When my phone is no longer dead, I will send you a rivalry. Because I think the Alouettes are going to win that one. I think
But Mr. Jacob, may as well make it two rivalries because I agree with Chazzy 100%.
Oh, of course you do. Talk about brown nosing.
Now I know what.
No,
Now
my
I know
nose
what
is
he really
definitely
does
not
want.
brown.
Now I know what he really
See?
does.
Look up there. It's no
I
brown.
don't want to. Dan, okay, we just lost all our viewership because no one wants to look up Dan's nostrils. I'm surprised no one's putting in the comments to get a nose trimmer, bro. I'm kidding. I kid. But no, I think we're in for an exciting double header in the Canadian Football League. I think we're in for Dan, I hope you're in for the Jays showing up.
I know what I wanted to say about the Jays earlier is they have the fewest strikeouts. I've been noticing over the last couple of weeks they do not strike out. And then
they
fewest.
Either seem to get a lot of strikeouts or like none. A lot of their outs come in the infield.
Yeah,
my concern with the Jays is they've done this every year where they put together a good winning streak and then they put together a losing streak that basically cancels out the winning streak. And you've now lost 5 of your last 6.
Never sell out tonight at the Dome.
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
The Leafs sell out every game. They suck.
Walker went 8 innings, I see.
good for him. Give him a candy bar. But I think the Jays just, I don't know. If they don't turn things around in early August, I'm concerned. Right now, on the concern level, I'm like a 3 to 4 out of 10. If by, let's say, next week, let's say by the end of next week, they've only won like 2 games, then I'm at a 7 and an 8 out of 10. I'm very concerned. So
yeah, that's a fair assessment. I can see that. I'm not saying it's all perfect. I'm just, you want to hit the
I want the division. I want the division.
Yeah.
Straight up. I feel you should have that. You should win the division with the lead. But back to the comment section we go. Been a long time since a doubleheader, honestly. Back to the CFL here. Why did the scheduling ministers think we wouldn't want to watch doubleheaders?
I was thinking this earlier.
Why did they think it would improve streaming without doubleheaders? I agree. I'll be honest with you guys. I love doubleheaders because I can tell the world to leave me alone and I'm watching football for the day. Give me a triple header. Give me a CFL preview that starts at 8 a.m. and when I stagger out of bed making myself a coffee, his Chazzy sent me some voice note at 6:47 I haven't listened to yet.
That's right.
But no, I actually, you know what? We should, once the NFL season kicks off, which for some reason they did a preseason game and now they're not going to do any for it. Like,
no, but that's a good comment. Weren't there more doubleheaders in the CFL?
So the doubleheaders will start up again once the NFL season starts. Because basically the CFL wants to avoid Sundays because they are trying. The NFL and the CFL have always kind of had this
gentleman's agreement,
agreement that they try to avoid each other's dates.
Yes.
But so CFL,
like for example, I don't know if you guys have noticed. You notice the NFL hardly plays Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, no,
because those are the NFL days. Ignore the random Twitch thing. That's a scam that I'm not allowed to take out of the Twitch comment because Twitch is a little word I can't say on the island. That website is a farce. Don't do it. Chazzy, no! Don't click the link for the most views. If you want the most views, you just need to listen to me, Mr. Self-Proclaimed Sports Analyst. Now I'm a pirate.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Anyways,
SpongeBob SquarePants.
You will start to see more doubleheaders in September. After Labor Day is when you start to see the doubleheaders more.
But good comment.
Sunday, you'll see basically after that's the Grey Cup because you could not take the Grey Cup off Sunday.
Because you think about it.
Actually, I want your guys' opinion here. I don't know why the NFL even schedules a game the same day as the Grey Cup because they're not going to win that viewership battle.
Why not?
Especially if by next year we have games on Amazon Prime.
Why not?
The NFL won't move. They own Sundays.
Okay, but they don't. It's like the NHL realizes there's kind of no point really doing many games around the World Juniors. Like I'm telling you, the Grey Cup in America will end up getting at least 3. I think last year it was projected around like 2.5-3 million viewers for the Grey Cup in America last year. So why are you competing? Actually, now I'm just curious. November 16th. Let's see what NFL games on that day. I'm just going on a rant. Rampage at this point. Poor Lynx. He's wearing headphones.
I was just going to say, though, like, I do like the comment about the double
there's
header.
A lot of games on the 16th, but your evening game that would be going against the Grey Cup would be the Lions versus the Eagles and the Cowboys versus the Raiders.
Oh, 2 games.
But that's what I don't understand for the NFL. So you can still have games on Sunday, but the Grey Cup starts at 7:00. So just have your last game being the Browns versus the Ravens, which that'll be a blowout anyways. Ravens will kill the Browns.
I hope so. I was just going to say, Vo, I do like that comment, Vo, because you look at the NFL, for example, they will sometimes do like a triple header, right?
Yeah.
They'll start at like noon,
for example, Sunday,
and go to midnight.
Yeah. Sunday starts at 1:00 in the afternoon.
And even the NHL, you look at like Hockey Day in Canada, for example, they'll do like 3 or 4 games in the same day. They'll start at 1:00 and go to like midnight one morning.
On Canada Day to have a triple header on Canada Day.
Yeah, something. I know the Jays on Canada Day.
Think about Canada. Okay, so maybe unfortunately don't have Toronto involved in that triple header because you're going to lose to the Blue Jays. But do it in. I think every now we're going on another rant.
Well, that's a good comment. It's a
But
good
I
point.
think every Canada Day there should be a game in
Thank
Ottawa.
you, Smith Key.
There should be a game in Ottawa every Canada Day,
Yeah,
I
without
believe that.
a doubt, because there's nothing more Canadian than watching Canadian football,
That's
drinking
true.
Canadian beer, and you went to a Canadian Tim Hortons to get your Canadian coffee before you go watch the Canadian Football League. And then when you're at the game, you get all you can eat poutine, which doesn't exist. You just order a bunch of poutine until you realize you spent $100. But but I think a triple header on Canada Day would be sick. I think that'd be a really cool. So Keith Smith, I don't know if you agree with us saying triple headers down the road, but maybe the CFO should be looking at some triple headers. I don't remember last time CFO had a triple header.
That'd be a cool marketing gig for sure, because
Chazzy, you are muted. I don't know. You get excited and you mute yourself. I think because you just want to swear calling me a dodo bird, and you can't swear on the island because the island is censored.
No,
Go ahead,
side comment here. What were your guys' feelings about the news out of the UFL and the billionaire taking over the operations and looking to expand to 16 teams?
I am shocked they are trying to expand, to be honest. Why are you expanding a league that is failing? And it's kind of like, do any of you guys watch Kitchen Nightmares? Show of hands. Who watches Kitchen Nightmares? Lane, do you watch Kitchen Nightmares?
Usually the YouTube clips.
Kitchen Nightmares?
No.
Well, you should watch it. It's hilarious. But there was this episode of this restaurant called Sebastian's. And the episode is all about how this guy wants to turn it all into a chain. And Gordon Ramsay, with a bunch of words that I can't say on the island, says to him, "You can't even get one right. Why are you trying to make a chain?"
Yeah.
So the UFL can't get it right with what they're doing. Why are they expanding? Like, I'm sorry, the UFL, in my opinion, at times is tough to watch.
What's worse, the UFL or the XFL?
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
No, like it's
They're both bad.
So, Chazzy, to answer your question, I think instead of trying to expand, they should be working on the marketing for the teams they have, because there are some stadiums that are averaging a whopping 4,000 fans a game.
Yeah, looks like they're going to try to condense the stadiums and go to like capacities like 20, 21,000.
Okay, but like, UFL average attendance. I remember reading this, and
because that's what they're saying. Like you said, 3,000 in some of these
the
college
average attendance
stadiums
is 12,000, and that's including that team that gets 30,000 every night.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, CFL fans complain about the Argos attendance numbers. The Argos would be the second best attendance numbers in the UFL. Like, that's what you got to think about. Like, you got to look at, here's just a week 5 attendance tweeted out by Mike Mitchell. Thank you, Michael Mitchell. Birmingham, 9,000. St. Louis, 30,000. Algerton, 9,000. San Antonio, 14,000 for an average of 15,000. But realistically, you take St. Louis out, the average is maybe around 11,000. The UFL has to market themselves better. And I think they need to change their game more. The UFL is just the NFL with worse players. And I'm sorry.
The NFL rejects.
If anything, they should just get the NFL to buy them so they can become the AHL of the NFL. That's the route they should be going.
That's a smart idea.
I don't know if adding more teams right now is the way to go. Like, I can't find that article I was reading now, but like there are literally some teams that are averaging only 4,000 fans. Their season viewership dropped 20% last year. That's really bad. People aren't going. People aren't watching. Another thing that I think is a mistake in the UFL and XFL, and I'm sorry to go on this rant here, but you also make it where in Canada you can't watch half the games. Work out a deal with TSN or Sportsnet to be like, yo, or even Amazon Prime.
Doesn't NBC have it? I thought NBC had it.
Not every game. Some are NBC, some are ESPN. You cannot watch ESPN in Canada on cable.
Or is Fox still?
Fox does some of them. But again, you still can't watch the fun about watching a smaller league, like one thing you love with the CFL, if you want to, you can literally watch every game from start to finish.
You do it.
I do. And because it's a fun league, you get to know all the players, know all the coaches, know all the teams, what their fan bases are like. You really get to know them.
Kind of like back in the NHL was only 6 teams, because our grandma is a Maple Leaf fan from many years ago. And he said it was only 6 teams. He knew every player on every team and all the coaches and the GMs, and so he knew the schedule and all of that, right? So kind of a similar thing with the CFL. Whether it's a good or bad thing for business, I don't know, but kind of an interesting stat.
But what I mean is, like, then make it so you can watch, give Canadians something to watch, because the UFL is started and finished before the CFL starts, and it's between the NFL. Maybe you can find a cult following in Canada the way the CFL has a cult following in some states. Like, Jazzy, you mentioned when you were in Vegas, for example, the CFL is actually quite popular.
Oh, there's a lot of locals that love the CFL.
That's mind-boggling.
So I gotta quickly go to the
Oh, it
comments
was
here. I
mind-boggling.
apologize, Keith Smith. I didn't notice your comment. Everything but the Timmies. Timmy sold itself to the devil. Whoa, Chicago. Bottom out. Wow. I did not. I know people don't like the Windy City, but come on.
I think it was Chicago. I thought it was Brazil that owns Timmy's.
Well, someone owns Tim Hortons system.
Maybe
Fine,
that's
go to
Burger
country
King.
style. I don't know. I like country style personally.
McCafe.
Today.
McCafe.
McDonald's.
Okay, McDonald's iced coffee is terrible, though.
No,
That's
country
my
style.
thing. Tazzy, do you actually like their iced coffee?
The McCafe?
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever had an iced coffee there.
Don't. It's just
Ooh.
syrup. Okay, Dan, who's your favorite Ranger?
Ooh.
Ranger of what? Power Rangers?
I'm not sure, but just give me a Ranger. Maybe it's the Reading Rangers.
Oh yeah, go Region Rangers. New York Ranger.
Hendrik Lundqvist.
That's the
Well,
New York
see, Lane
Ranger.
just comes it up right away. Good job, Lane.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I don't know what
good.
Ranger. I don't know if it means like the Kitchener Rangers. Like,
Dan, just
Kitchener.
answer the bloody question.
Ranger.
okay, well, it's not very more. Oh, I know. Matt Wempe,
Oh my god.
my boy. I love that dude.
There you go.
6'9", center, and fights like crazy. Boy, that we don't have too many tough guys in the league anymore. But
No, I found
wow.
what I was looking for the XFL.
I know, a couple
UFL
knocked him
this
down.
season.
They're after him now.
I know.
So you know Memphis, right? Which, by the way, no longer has a team. Their home opener was 4,373 people.
They'll probably be one of the handful that they said they're gonna.
Yeah, they are, but what I'm saying is, let's just relocate some new teams and not try to add new ones. Let's just
I
get,
agree with
if
that.
you're the XFL and the UFL, get your league right. If anything, I'm sorry, combine the damn leagues because they're both basically the same.
Oh, here. Here you
Back
go.
to the
Go for it.
comment.
Here you
Who's
go.
your grandma's favorite? Because you said she knew all of them.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I'm putting
Well, I'm
some
sorry, we can't exactly call our grandmother at 12:41 in the morning. Oh, you know what? Knowing her, she's probably awake.
She probably would answer, but they would probably think one of us is dying, so I don't want to scare her. I actually do. I'm one of the very few people in this generation that talks to my grandma every day. So I will ask her next time I talk
Okay,
to her.
single ladies, Dan's letting you know that he calls his grandmother every day.
Well, it's important. It's important to check on our elders.
He
Right?
might even call your grandma.
What?
He's gonna call Lane's grandma.
Hello,
No,
Lane's grandma. Hello,
No.
Mrs. Dasco.
And I do realize now Key's pointing out that she said her from the beginning, and we all just skimmed over the word her.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. You're right.
I don't identify genders in question.
Exactly. There you go, Lane. But
I didn't think we could get into that on the island.
which we're not going to go any further.
You
into
two
that.
Jacob
But-
just mute my button if I said something like something.
But-
My
I'm
microphone.
joking.
But
Just kidding.
Oh no, Bob! Oh, good night, Bob.
what I want to ask you guys this. Would you think a UFL, XFL video game could help the league grow?
Yes.
No.
Why not? Why not, Lane? Because Madden.
Because but at the end of the day, someone could just go on and with the new roster thing, you can just upload a roster.
Yeah, but I don't want to make
this generation is lazy. And I think kids would get into it. If you did an XFL video game, look at Madden now. It's what is it, $90? If you made an XFL, UXL video game and sell it for $45, the parents will buy it for over bratty 10-year-old kids if they want to save $45, and they'll love it. They're too lazy to build a league. Technically, I could go into Madden right now and build a CFL league. Have I done it? No, because I don't know how to do it. But that's not the point.
So Key's saying she does not want. See, I have said a video game would be. I don't know why a market like 2K, just saying it here, right off the hop. 2K Sports, you made the best playing football video game ever with All Pro Football 2K8. It is it's.
Was that the one with Terrell Owens on the cover, and he was an Eagle?
No, you're thinking of 2K5, which is the best NFL game ever made. But they made one after they couldn't have the license anymore called All Pro Football, where it was just a mix of. Actually, funny enough, there were some CFL players in that game.
Oh, interesting.
But it was just basically like all the best.
Was it Damon Allen?
And I don't remember. I don't know at the top of my head, Dan. But I think it was Doug Flutie and Warren Moon. But
Weedy Flakes.
Wow.
Yes, Weedy Flakes. But people in the gaming field are starving for a football game that actually plays like a football game. Like, I'm sorry, Madden sucks. It's terrible. Who here actually likes the new Madden games? Dan, but do you like games that are realistic?
I like games that I can control and operate.
Like, the new Maddens are so broken. I hate to say it. I've even heard College Football 26 is completely broken.
So why are you saying they're trying to get too realistic?
No, they're too arcade. They're terrible. They're all animation based. The old football games were physics based. I really feel if 2K made a physics based football game that was XFL, UFL, and CFL.
Well, sometimes I like my guy jumping 12 feet. Sometimes I want to forget about real life, you know?
But they own the simulation rights to NFL football video games.
Okay,
and they don't make a simulation game.
So what does Daniel uses with his VR headset then?
That's not Madden. Oh God, if it was Madden, he'd be looking like Dak Prescott in the playoffs.
Well, what does he use? Well, that's a good question.
There is a football VR quarterback training sim. I just don't know what it's called. That's definitely not what it's called. Football training sim thing. 2K25. But I don't know. We got way off topic, but that's okay. That's what we do on these live shows, right? We find out that Dan talks to his grandmother every day, but doesn't know her favorite Ranger. We learned that Lane is hoping that Dan calls someone else's grandma. Dan, you should just go get a phone book.
What?
Go get a phone book and look up someone's grandma's number. Be like, hello, can I speak to Granny Sue?
Well, what did Chazzy going to say?
No, I was going to say, was there any more from Lane's story this afternoon about Micah Parsons wanting out of Dallas?
Oh, yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. It's been
Who
such a
wants
crazy
to
day.
be in Dallas? That franchise is a dumpster fire.
That owner is so cool. He lays out his helicopter.
The only thing about him, he wanted, well, so they say, like he wants to be there.
I don't think
he's passionate about the star on his helmet, and it just doesn't seem like ownership over the last season or two has sort of valued him. Is he in his rookie contract still? End of his
Parsons, I'm not sure.
Or it's coming. I think this is his last year of his contract that he had anyway.
But quickly here, back to the comments again from our personal friend of the program. No good plays in Madden, and you have to pay extra for some of them, but no disrespect to Mr. Madden. Actually, John Madden would hate the state of new Madden football.
He would.
It's pay to win, online only.
What do you mean to pay to win on, like,
what? Okay, so
that's a great point.
Let me give you a lesson here.
Yeah.
You little children who are...
We need some lesson music. Where's our lesson music?
Okay, give us some lesson music.
It's not rock music for this. Let's go with...
Something light.
Classical elevator music.
Perfect.
Nice daydreaming.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
So the way Madden Online works,
Oh, you didn't do it.
it's not play
My
and
popcorn
earn
again.
like the Streakers app, okay? It's not play and earn. Picture the Streakers app, Chazzy. If I could beat Dan every time, if I just spent money to always have a better team than Dan,
Got it.
right? So instead, what it is to play. It's all about the online base.
Lazy
now.
eating popcorn with the music.
With
So what you're telling me
Madden.
is New York Yankees versus Miami Marlins.
Yes, essentially. So what you would do is, and it's the same in all sports gaming now. So what you would do is you would go out and spend money on packs to go get all the best players, get the best playbooks and all this, that, and the next thing, right? So then what the issue is, let's say I don't want to blow after paying $100 for a video game. I don't want to spend $300. And by the way, that's not out to lunch when I'm saying $300. So I don't want to spend that kind of money.
Wow.
So now I'm playing against Lane, who just dumped $500 onto his team, has Michael Vick at quarterback, Tara Owens at wide receiver, has every playbook, where I have a bunch of 60 overall scrubs because
Hopefully
I
it's
don't
no
want to spend
pit bulls
money.
there.
And to
Get
earn
wrecked.
these players, I basically have to play Madden 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for 8 months. And by the time I earn a good team, guess what's on its way out? The next Madden game. And here's the kicker. Those teams are not transferable to the new Madden. So all that money you just spent, you're spending it again.
Jacob, you're missing the best part. You're missing the best part. You can
What's that?
spend them. You know, even when you buy Michael Vick, 2 weeks later they come up with a card that's better than Michael Vick, so you actually have to get the new card.
You got to get the new one. Exactly. You're with the Michael Vick Legendary Edition.
But
So it's-
99 overall instead of 98
I hate
overall.
saying it, but sports video games from microtransactions are completely broken. And until we get, like, I think Maximum Football is an interesting one in that case because they are trying to make physics-based football with full customization. Like, I feel, I see there's a lot of fans getting upset with them because it's not where they want it to be yet. But they've already said once the full game's out, you will be able to switch to all Canadian rules. You can build all your CFL teams, put out a CFL
cool.
structure in custom season mode or custom dynasty mode with the teams, the playoff structure, the whole 9 yards, and play Canadian rules. In a game that actually, you know what? I've played it. It's free. So if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. We're not sponsored by Maximum Football, but we could be. We're legitimately not sponsored by them. But it's a free game. I would seriously give it a shot because we need to support games like that are trying to do something different. And honestly, it plays pretty good. It's not perfect. There are some glitches. It plays pretty good. It's a free game to play.
This is a very interesting topic, e-gaming. And we've talked about a little bit in the past. We want to do more e-gaming here on the island because e-gaming is also great with the Streakers app. You can have your followers of your channel predict how your gaming is going to go, what you want to do next in your game. So a few of us are going to do different video games to showcase that soon. We've been talking about that. I've been practicing on my game myself, so I won't be a complete laughing stock when you're watching me. So if you want
Let
us
us know if you're running an e-tournament. Let us know. We'll help you set up your tournament.
Absolutely.
wow.
I'm just kind of vibing to the music. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we need an e-tournament. I don't think that'll go very well. But you
Maybe
know,
we
if
need feelers out here. Do we need a Streakers online e-tournament?
Well, I was going to say, if you want us to talk about more e-sports, let us know. It's a good idea, Jacob. Brainstorming live on the air with music and creepy faces.
Just be
And
happy. I haven't brought in 5 of me yet.
Oh my gosh, don't do that live.
But definitely e-gaming is something you can do with the Streakers app. And as a reminder, it's available on Android and iOS. So
And the new updates are looking really good, and more
Jazzy
updates are
doesn't
coming.
sleep. Like literally. That's why he sends me voice notes at 6:47 in the morning.
Oh, 6:37.
Pardon my French and call me Suzanne. I'm sorry.
I guess Tassie had a poo-poo in the morning. That's why it's 10 minutes
And
late.
see, look at that. It looks like I think maybe we need to start doing some dedicated esports conversation. So let us know what kind of topics you want from that. I think the Madden conversation's a big one. There's a great video by Soft Drink TV on YouTube about the fall of Madden. I would highly recommend watching that.
We know an all-star player that plays Madden in his sleep. Shade.
Oh, Shades. Yeah, 100%. He would be perfect for this conversation.
Rip off 99-yard touchdowns with his eyes closed.
Yeah, literally. The other thing I want to say quickly when it comes to esports, for people who don't know, before the island was a thing, I am automotive background. I've sold over 700 cars, graduated from the Automotive Business School of Canada, very automotive heavily. And I am in the automotive industry. There's a huge fight e-gaming between Gran Turismo and Forza Motorsports. I am a huge believer of Gran Turismo, kind of for the same reason why Jacob hates Madden. Gran Turismo is very, very, very realistic.
Oh, Forza's
so realistic that it's annoying. Versus a lot of people like Forza because you can do whatever you want. And if you want a Honda Civic to jump 25,000 feet, you can basically do that. So maybe that's a debate we have to talk on for our automotive enthusiasts, which one is better. So, I will be making an announcement soon on my e-gaming, and you probably know it has to do with Gran Turismo at this point. But, yeah.
So it's just something I want to show you guys. And it would just because now we're in this topic of esports, and I want to show you guys what I mean about Madden versus EA. And by the way, if you like Madden football, I'm not criticizing you one iota for enjoying it, okay? But I just want to bring a point. So this is 2K8. So this game came out in 2007, okay? Watch the player movement and watch the throw. Look at the way the throw actually
elevates
up. It actually elevates.
Right.
Look at that. That looks realistic. That looks realistic. And I'm not playing the audio because that can get us in a little bit of poo-poo. But the crowd is actually reacting as the play's happening. Versus... Okay, this is Madden 23. So I get, you might say, oh, Jacob, this game's a couple years old. But this is still Madden 23, which came out in 2022, versus Pro Football 2K8, which came out in 2007. That throw does not look right. Crowd's not reacting. And this is the simulation football. Like, what is this celebration? What are they doing?
The train. I don't know.
Save a horse, ride a
Just
cowboy.
watch the way. Okay, stop. Half of the defensive players aren't even looking the right direction. Like, this looks terrible. And then watch the throw animation. You're telling me the throw would have next to no arc. That would just be yum.
That's very, very picky.
What we saw in All Pro Football. I actually, legitimately, I would love to do a gaming stream at some point comparing the two games and actually having, if you guys haven't played All Pro Football 2K8, which I have, versus, there's a reason why everyone, when they're talking about the best football game to compare it to, they're always going back to All Pro Football 2K8. Just like when you're talking NHL games, you always go back to EA NHL 2014 because it is the best hockey game ever made. And it's sad when 25 coming in NHL 26, and we're comparing a game back from 2014. And even college football 25, a great game in a lot of ways, it still doesn't compare to All Pro Football 2K8.
I know it wasn't realistic at all, but I love NHL 23.
Oh, it was terrible.
No, not 23, sorry, 03.
Yeah, all the old games, okay, they weren't as realistic, but they were a lot more fun.
Yeah, exactly.
New sports games are just so slow.
My favorite was NHL 93.
That was a good one.
Just sort of when 94, when they started to do the league and start making it where the sticks were moving. No, give us the 93 was just, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
you know what? You guys may laugh.
Jeremy
My
Warnick was the best player that year.
one of my favorite sports games of all time is actually
Jacob wasn't even born.
I was born in 94. But
I don't think
Kobe
Lane was
Bryant
either.
basketball for the N64, where I could get Tracy McGrady to dunk from the 3-point line. Sure, the game wasn't realistic, but it was a blast.
It was like that arcade back in the day.
But back then, there were arcade games and simulation games. Now the problem, the simulation games play like arcade.
Which baseball was it, Jacob, in the Xbox that we like with Carlos Sagargo?
Oh, I don't remember because it doesn't even exist anymore. No, actually, MLB The Show is an example of a simulation game that actually does it pretty well.
It does.
It's a very realistic game. I've been watching a series on YouTube channel Not the Expert, which, by the way, all these YouTube channels, you should, if you're watching. I don't know why
Although there's one thing they did bad this year.
What was that, Lane?
You can't see your bullpen anymore. I don't know why they took that out.
That is weird, but I mean, like, the game plays pretty well. The franchise mode is very deep. I don't know anything about the online mode, but I just mean I hate that there's.
What do you mean you can't see your bullpen, Lane?
Like before, when you went to go put a pitcher in your bullpen, you could actually went to the bullpen. There's like a camera, and when you put the guy, like say it was like the closer, like Jeff Hoffman, you would actually see him start throwing pitches. Now it's just a black screen. It says, Jeff Hoffman's in the bullpen. I don't know why they took it out.
That kind of sucks because that actually would have been that's a pretty cool feature.
That is,
it is cool.
Yeah,
it's bad when we're looking at all these older sports games and they're better than the new ones.
Like every good game has a bad feature. Like the one that irks me about Gran Turismo is it's the real driving simulator, and it is I don't care what anyone says, it is the best one.
Project Cars.
Yeah, it's the best.
I still think Project Cars 2 is the best driving simulator I've ever played.
Gran Turismo is still the all-time best, okay? But you know what's so crazy about it?
Honey.
I could take any car and smash it into a concrete wall doing 200 miles an hour. I'll be perfectly fine.
See, Project Cars.
The car will have a spray paint job, but that's about it. And that part I don't understand.
Project Cars, you will literally blow your car up. It'll leak oil, and you'll blow the engine like in the middle of the race.
Right, exactly, yes.
But I think Gran Turismo, the racing itself, is a little more realistic.
For sure, yeah.
But
because I've driven so many, they're like selling cars. I've driven so many of these cars in
he's
real
flexing
life.
On us. Like, I've driven so many more cars than you have, you loser.
Well, I'm just making a conversation, bro. I've driven all these crazy cars. And then I get in a Gran Turismo and drive them in the video game. And it's amazing how each car drives different. And not just to drive, each car sounds different. And even when I modify the exhaust, I modify the headers, I modify the filter. Every modification I make, and I take out interior pieces, every modification I make has a different pitch to the sound.
Okay,
That's
incredible. What if you make your racer take a poop before the race? Is your car faster?
Well, unfortunately, it's not a bathroom function in Gran Turismo. Maybe we should.
I don't know if you remember, and Dan, we won't mention names, but do you remember your one friend at the time took his wipers off his car to make it faster, and then it rained on the way home, so he couldn't see.
How is that going to make it faster?
Well, technically it does cut weight, but the thing I don't understand,
I'm not gonna. You know what? You may as well just not wear pants when you race the car. It'd be about the same.
The thing I don't understand about this whole thing is that he took off the wiper blades, but he didn't take out the wiper mortar.
Or
the wiper mortar does have a little bit of weight. What's the point leaving the wiper mortar in the car if it doesn't have any blades to move anyway? I would take out the whole thing.
He also made sure his car had no gas in it because he said it was lighter.
That is an argument everyone fights about.
Because then your fuel pump's working harder, and your car.
That's my point. So when I go tracking, yes, I've gone tracking.
Poor lady.
I track with
what are these guys talking about?
I track with a full tank of gas because my fuel pump's not working as hard, and
I just had to turn the car on.
And the weight with a full tank of gas, there's much better weight distribution because there's more weight in the back end versus mostly weight on most cars is at the front with the engine. So you want to put more weight in the back. Same when people laugh, I see them take out over spare tires or over back seating. No. I leave my full-blown stereo in the trunk. I leave everything. I want
weight distribution.
as much weight in the back as possible. If I could move my driver's seat to the back, I would.
I drive a big boat with like 400 horse, so I don't worry about weight reduction. I just have power.
No, I know. You're driving a little Sunfire like me. You got to carry about where every pound is.
But
That could be
this has
another
been a very
topic.
interesting conversation. Very weird post-game show. But we did definitely talk a lot about the game, and we talked about tomorrow, and we will be on the island tomorrow. I'm not sure who will be joining me tomorrow for the pregame, but I will be doing a pregame show. I'm going to preview both games coming up.
I'll be
I
on
know
the go.
Dan will be on the train.
Mhm. Actually, I'm going to be walking tomorrow too. So.
You're going to walk from Hamilton to Toronto.
No. I mean, once I get there.
Nope, you heard it here first, folks. Dan's going to have to. Let's see how long it would take to walk.
That would be an amazing streakers video.
over and under.
Over under 9
actually,
hours.
we got to give our viewer, I forget his name, you know him, Jacob, the guy that does the Hamilton podcast, him and his friend walked from the Argos to the QEW, to the Ticats arena to raise money for cancer. That was an amazing thing they did. That was about a 65-kilometer walk. So good on them. That was huge. So it's already been done, but
No, you're going to walk to the Sky Dome, bud.
no.
Okay, so according to Google, it'll take you 16 hours and 18 minutes. Do you think you could beat that time?
16
From
hours?
Hamilton to the
From
Rogers
our
game?
house, which I will not give our address live on there, to the Sky Dome.
How many hours?
16 hours and 18 minutes. By the way, that's not stopping.
Oh, well, with my pooping schedule, that definitely won't happen.
Okay, so do you think you could do it in under 20 hours?
No,
Under 20? Do you think you could do it a day?
I don't think so. I'm a small walker, right?
No, you're not.
I'm disabled, bro. I do have cerebral palsy, in case people do not know. So my right leg doesn't go as fast as my left. So I do go for walks and different things.
It's
to
71
make sure...
kilometers.
Okay, I thought it was 65. That was close. I do go for walks and stuff to keep my weak leg active, but I'm never going to be a bodybuilder. The most I've done in one day is 18 kilometers.
Wow.
That's still impressive. So you don't think you can do... Lane, could you do that walk?
Oh, God, no.
Chazzy, once you're off the injured reserve, can you do that walk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Chazzy, are you actually accepting my challenge to walk from...
Send me that rivalry. Send me that rivalry. Send me that
Yes,
rivalry.
I would actually do that. Yes, and I would
Send me the rivalry.
Okay, maybe this is something we might be. Who knows?
Send me
Well,
that.
if we're doing this, we got to do it for a cause.
Send me that rivalry.
What?
Well, that's something we've talked about on the island too. Is it would also be the app would be great for fitness people too. So maybe we should all start channels of fitness goals and where we can meet those goals. I thought about doing that. So if that's something you want to see, let us know.
My goal is for my pants to continue to fit, and they do. So I am succeeding my goal. But I think at this point it's time for us to wrap up the show for tonight, because now I'm going to try to actually legitimately convince Chazzy to do a 71.1 kilometer walk.
But here's the question: can you do it in 16 hours, Chazzy?
Yes, I said that. Yes.
It's 16 hours.
Crush it.
Wait, Chazzy, are you? So you think you would just you just wouldn't stop? I'm going to wrap the show up. No, you wouldn't stop.
Yeah,
you wouldn't stop.
No.
Well, you don't sweep with the streakers app.
You can have one of those water packs on you.
That's just more weight.
Whoa.
Oh, are you kidding me? No, that's no.
Okay, Chazzy. Chazzy, let me actually this live on the air, Chazzy, because no one else will do it with me. I am a huge fan of Amazing Race Canada.
Oh,
I want to enter it, but no one will enter because they'll say they'll lose with me as a teammate, which is a very good possibility.
Dude,
but would you enter the Amazing Race Canada with me, Chazzy?
On the first leg.
I would, but I would not do insects. I crush everything on that. I just could not do the insects.
Neither could Dan.
That's
like we eat muskrat the other day, not just insects.
See, that's where
Chazzy, we don't have to win the Amazing Race Canada. I don't care if we get booed out the first week. I just want to be on it. So will you come on with me so you get booed out the first week?
We're in it to win it.
Yeah, okay. Well, still, let's try. Don't forget, if it's an insect, we can take a 2-hour penalty, so it's all good. We can make up 2 hours, no problem. If you can walk 16 hours nonstop, we can easily make up 2 hours.
Perfect.
Yeah, see, we're
done.
done.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
That's all I
we're
got.
sending in our take to John McGunley for Amazing Race
John
2026.
Montgomery's not the one who would approve the tapes. He's just the host.
Look, whatever, I'll still talk to him.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I want to see Dan on Hell's Kitchen. That's what I want to see. Never mind the Amazing Race. I want to see Gordon Ramsay call him an idiot sandwich. But I think at this point, I do agree, Keith Smith. I think we are all 99% asleep. But I
Thanks for
keep
tuning
posted
in.
on something to do with streakers and walking, because that will be coming in the near future. Maybe not 71.1 kilometers of walking. But then again,
I'm
if
telling
you
we
could,
can do
but then
Oh,
again,
good call.
Aaron Rodgers getting 10 wins, at least 10 wins this year.
oh, he's
Yes,
Jazzy,
he's
I'm
doing
more
it.
confident that you can walk 71 kilometers in 16 hours and 18 minutes than Aaron Rodgers getting 10 wins this year.
Wow.
Okay, let's see.
Have a very good night, Keith Smith. We are also wrapping up for the night. So thank you very much for watching and putting
Thank
up
you,
with our
Keith Smith.
I gotta go
shenanigans
stretch my
at
legs.
1:08 in the morning. Chazzy's got to start training to do the 71-kilometer walk.
I start training my Amazing Race.
I'm the self-proclaimed sports analyst, joined by the Amazing Race More for your money.
Woo!
The Chazzy 7.36. The next update's going to be inflatable shoes so he can just bounce step to step. Lane Dashing Dashco, who knows how to start a car. And
Yes,
the self-proclaimed sports analyst that still feels a 2-6 team can make the playoffs. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.